Welcome everybody. Before we jump into the trade recap, just want to let you guys know the Beginner's Blueprint to Success is out now. Day 3 is out, Candlesticks Explained. If you guys don't know what it is, one video will drop a day for the next 40 days, actually Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, essentially teaching new traders and beginner traders how to become profitable and essentially how to trade, starting from the very basics, going over to psychology, and then ending with the strategy. So everyone go check that out. All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen to my trade recap. Today is July 14th. I took one trade today. It was a dub, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Coming into this morning, didn't really recognize anything on the 4-hour besides this fair value gap that we retapped into. And then the only other thing on the higher time frames would be that we swept out previous day low coming into this morning. So those are the only two things we would see on the 4-hour and the daily time frame. From there on the hourly, I noticed two things. One, we were respecting this bullish gap, and two, there was a unfilled bearish gap right here. So those are the only things I marked out on the hourly. Now I'll drop down to the 15-minute because I don't give a shit about the 30-minute. And what do we have prior to market open right here, right? We have an unfilled 15-minute gap, and we have an accumulation area. So with the unfilled gap below us and the unfilled gap above us, as we're accumulating, I don't care which way we manipulate to first. I just want to see manipulation one way, and then we can target the other one. So overall, I was bullish on the day just because we also had this London low SMT down here. Here's a look at it. London lows did not sweep out this low. And on the S&P 500, it did. So on the low SMT, along with us respecting this hourly, and then we were respecting a 4-hour fair value gap as well. Now, prior to market open, like I said, price was just accumulating. So the market moves in three ways: it accumulates, it manipulates, and it distributes. So I originally wanted to see it manipulate lower into this 15-minute so we can long it towards this unfilled hourly. However, let's take a look at what price did. Price shot up, filled the hourly, and then shit the bed right into the unfilled 15-minute gap. And this is what the unfilled 15-minute gap looks like. Also retesting the hourly. So when we retested the hourly, we filled this 15-minute, and we also created a 15-minute SMT, right? We have 15-minute lows right here. They get swept out on ES or on NQ and not ES. From there, straight off the rejection, we have a V-shaped recovery and a 4-minute inversion. Now, off the 4-minute inversion, the price was a little bit too premium, so I set a limit order at the inversion and waited for price to hit it. So let's see what price ended up doing. Price tapped me in, danced to my stop loss for a little, and then went right up to take profit. Now, my other areas of take profit that I had marked out originally were these 4-hour highs and these 4-hour relatively equal highs up here. Now, I ended up taking full profits at this internal high right here just because we just filled an unfilled hourly bearish gap and we had a bearish SMT with ES. Now from here, the only other entry I seen this morning was this short, and let's go over it real quick. So right, like I said, the market moves in three ways, right? We have accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. So what did we do pre-market? We accumulated right here. Oh my God, where's my mouse? We manipulated higher into this unfilled gap, creating a SMT as well because ES did not fill this gap. So we also had a 1-hour fair value gap SMT along with a unfilled hourly fill. And then from there, what do we get on the lower time frames? Let's drop down to the 1-minute. We get a retap into the fair value gap, and then a 1-minute inversion out of it. Now, I forward tested this, and it ended up hitting take profit, which would have been the unfilled 15-minute gap. And wherever my short position is, this is what the trade would have looked like, right? You could have either had stops at these highs, this liquidity right here, or all the way up here. Really didn't matter. And then your take profit can be this unfilled gap that happened right here. Right. So straight to it, no drawdown in the trade for about, I'm gonna say 6 minutes, if that. All right. Enter at 9:39, exit at 9:44. Yeah, so about a 5-minute trade. Hit take profit if your stops were all the way up here, 1 to 8.5. This is a 1 to 2.7, and this is a 1 to 3.1. So that was a pretty good trade as well. However, I was too busy fucking around with Tradingview. Tradingview would not connect my accounts this morning. I was getting pissed off, so I missed that trade. But like I said, 4-minute version, 2 premium, waited for the retap of the version, entered. Break-even point to this 1-minute liquidity, and then price point straight up to the internal high for a take profit. So ended up making around $2,000 today on Top Step. Right, here's $412 times 5. Could not trade any evals due to Tradingview sucking dick. So other than that, that'll be it for today, and I will be back in the morning with daily buys.